I was waiting until somebody told me I was live. So well, sorry people for this. So hello everybody, I am GhostSenpai, also known as Fantasma Mas. And I was waiting until somebody told me that I was live, but nobody told me that, and I just was waiting and keeping on silence, so, well, never mind. The important part is that now I am live, and we can start with this Snow Brothers run. The category is all stages, one player, which means that I need to beat all 50 stages that this game has, but don't worry, the stages are so short. And you will see that in a moment. So I'm gonna make a countdown from 3, so 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, this is a port of an arcade game. The arcade game was released back in 1990s on arcades, and then Flatland, the same company who developed and distributed this game, made a port to the NES in the same year, and Capcom released this port in America in 1991. So what I'm gonna be doing during all the run is something that I like to call movement manipulation, because this game works a bit different comparing it with another video games, because we are used that the enemies movement and all that stuff is related to the RNG, but mostly with these enemies the movement it's based on your position, so I like to call this movement manipulation. So I'm gonna be moving to certain spots. You maybe will not notice this, but I'm trying to put my character into some positions before to defeat some of the other enemies. This is in order to manipulate the position of the enemies, because I will use this to my favor, because I can get some item that I'm looking for. For now I have 2 of the 3 potions. This game has 3 different items, the point items, the potions, and some extra items that help you to skip stages, get a huge amount of points, and unfortunately the skipping stages item, we're not gonna see it on this category, because it's not allowed. So, just the plot of the game. Well, the plot of the game is that, as usually with all mostly 80s, 90s arcade games, the twin princesses were kidnapped, and then the brothers Nick and Tom went to rescue them, but they got a curse, and now were turned into snowmen. So in order to break the curse, they need to save to the little twin princesses, and everything is gonna be done. So, as you can see, the game is divided by floors, in total 50, but if we just count the bosses, in total there are just 5 stages, so in total this should be the first stage. And you need to beat 9 floors or 9 stages, and then you're gonna move to the boss stage, and this is the first boss fight. It's not a big deal to beat this guy, I just need to hit him 6 times. The way that you defeat the enemies is to turn them into a snowball and throw them, but if one of the snowballs hits another enemy, that enemy is gonna turn into an item. So I use the movement manipulation to my favor in order to get some items, and now this was the first boss battle, and I have defeated him, first boss defeated. And talking about the potions, that are one of the items that I can get, and some of the items that I'm looking for. There are 3 of them, well, in total 4. There's the red potion, the blue potion, the yellow potion, and the green potion. The red potion makes you go faster, and the blue potion increase your snow volume, or how I can say this, well, power up your snow shooting, making that you can turn into a snowball more faster to the other enemies. The third potion that I don't have is the yellow potion, which makes your shooting range more larger, and the last potion, which is the green potion, that maybe I'm gonna get on next stage. inflates your head like a balloon, and you can fly in all the stage, and if your head touches one of the enemies, you're gonna turn them into a snowball. My mistake. Maybe we're gonna see that potion on the next stage. There's a big probability that I can get it. So also, depending on the stages, I'm gonna focus into turn all the enemies into a snowball and then defeat them. And other ones I will try to turn some enemies into an enemy because that's more faster, and unfortunately I haven't got the green potion. But that's not a big deal because it's just, your head turns into a balloon just for one stage and then it gets back to its normal form. So it's not a big deal, you don't lose so much like this. And yeah, so basically this is Snow Brothers. So there were a lot of huge differences between the NES and arcade versions. Mostly on the NES versions, a lot of stuff were cut, like most of the enemies and the speed thanks to the limitations of the console. But at the same time, this is still being a good game and a hard title in some way. It took me, I'm not gonna lie, it took me like 5 years to beat this game for the first time. Entirely. I have done that with Game Shark codes. Well, with Game Genie codes. And after that, I challenged myself to beat it without using that. That life cheats. Because this game by default gives you 3 lives. And it gives you like 9 credits. So once you waste all that 9 credits, everything is over. Okay, second boss defeated. So what I have done on the stage number 19 was to keep in a certain spot, because this is something that I am keep testing, but it looks like if I keep on certain spots before I reach this stage. Okay, this is good that I have got 3 crosses, because in this gambling machine that it's only available on the NES port, depending on what you get, how much time you are gonna lose. So the best pace here is just to get the 3 crosses. The reason of this is because you can gain one of the snow letters, the S, N, O, or W, and each of them gives you 10,000 points, but if you get an extra life you will get 50,000 points. So literally in this game is not, if you are gonna run it, it's not a good idea to get some extra lives. So the best pace here is just to get 1 or 2 letters, only 3, that never gain a life, or if you get the 3 crosses, that's something better. So getting back about what I was saying about the second boss is that if I put on a certain spot, on a specific spot during the stage 19, I can keep that frog downstairs because he can appear upstairs or downstairs, so the best space is downstairs because it's more faster to defeat him. It takes more time to manipulate the enemies in order to make them move upstairs to beat the frog. So since this is a run for a marathon, I need to say that I'm having a good pace in some way, a good luck, talking about the enemies and the items I have got. So the most important items that you should get here are the blue and red potions. Yellow potion, it's good also, but you can deal with this without it. I have finished a lot of runs without having the yellow potion, but definitely you would like to get the other ones. And in these stages there appear some sumo guys that are just gonna, if I shoot them, they're gonna give me just points, and if I defeat all the enemies, they're gonna disappear, but I'm not gonna get points for it. So on this stage I'm gonna try to beat the other enemies as fast as possible. And to reach this platform, as you can see, I need a snowball. I'm gonna try to manipulate these enemies. 1 fall down, the other 2. This was so excellent, dude, because mostly on this stage you can lose a huge amount of time if the enemy doesn't wanna move down and don't wanna fall down, because that blue guy turns into a tornado, and if the tornado touches you, you're gonna die. But don't worry, because after it you can you can wait until they turn into their normal enemy phase. This is the third boss battle. There are two kind of birds, penguins, or whatever you wanna call it. I need to hit these guys 3 times each one. I'm gonna try to do a cool manipulation over here. Okay, I haven't got it. And this was bad. Because I haven't hit this boss, so I have lost huge amount of time. It's a bit hard to manipulate these guys in order to beat it as fast as possible, and well, forget what I have said about my good luck for a marathon. That's so bad on this game. And okay, I don't know what happened on the game, but it hasn't recognized that I okay, I don't know what happened on the game, but it hasn't recognized that I okay, I don't know what happened on the game.
That was a very polite hi to Lexity. That's the tweet. That's the tweet. That's the tweet, boys. Lovely Tina was saved.
Hello, I'm having a smile friend. Okay, looks like I'm back, so hi guys, sorry for that little intermission. Problems with my internet connection, but never mind, you haven't lost anything important. I still keep dealing with this bad guy, so I'm gonna continue 3, 2, 1, go. Doesn't matter that if the timer hasn't been stopped, it's still fine. Anyways, was having a bad boss battle, and what I was saying, because I don't know if you have heard this, is that usually this boss is a real nightmare because you cannot guess the position of these guys easily as other bosses. So I have wasted here a huge amount of time, definitely. And again, these guys are killing me, so this is not a... Definitely this is not a good pace, but... Maybe I'm gonna run out of estimates thanks to this intermission and also thanks to this boss battle. Maybe not so much for the boss battle, but maybe for the intermission. My estimate was 25 minutes, but that's not a big deal. I mean, my PB is 1858 and world record is 1851 and I'm on second place of the leaderboards. So yeah, this was a very bad third boss battle, but it's not a big deal. I used to have problems beating these bad guys, and no, I got this very bad pace. I got 2 letters and an extra life, so that means that I'm gonna lose more time. So moving now to the 4th stage, well, entire start of the game, or part of the game. So now we get a new intermission, a new introduction. Now we see these white monkeys that throw some fireballs. I need to be so aware about it. Don't worry, I mean... Hopefully I will finish under my estimate, so I'm not so worried about this. No! Okay, this was a big mistake, so I'm gonna wait until an enemy jumps over here because I cannot reach this apart, and yeah. Now I got some bad luck since I have started the previous stage. Okay, this guy jumped over here so I can get out. That was good in some way. Also, I need, as you have seen, I need to be so careful with my movements because if I get touched by one rolling snowball, the good part is that when I get out of it, I'm gonna have some instability for a couple of seconds. But it can push me to some part that I don't wanna keep on. So yikes. And also, I was just to keep talking, I have forgot to mention one item, which is a bonus item. And it's a kind of face and snow face that I can get in some specific stages, and if I take them, all the enemies are gonna disappear and new enemies are gonna appear, which if I defeat them, they are gonna give me one of the snow letters. And I think I'm gonna die again, okay. Definitely this is maybe one of my worst runs of this game. Oh well, don't worry. And also if I get the snow world, I'm gonna gain an extra life, but comparing this with getting directly alive on the gambling machine, I don't lose so much time. I still losing the time for the letters, and that's all. I'm gonna try to... It's that guy, touch it please. Okay, that was fine. Okay, I'm gonna take a risk. Just because I got this red potion. But I'm just gonna wait until this guy jumps. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose another life. Yes, I'm gonna lose another life. This is something bad about the game because probably you can enter into a bad pace and you cannot manipulate correctly enemies, and okay, definitely up to this point I'm not liking what am I doing or what am I getting. This is so worse, but the shows need to continue. Hopefully I'm gonna finish barely under my estimate, but keep this in mind, if I don't have the red potion, which is a speed potion, definitely I'm not gonna finish this faster. And again I'm having this... Okay, I'm not liking this. Not like this, not like this, not like this. Where... Those not like this on the chat, guys? Where does they are? Because literally I'm like that right now. And I got again a bad luck here, because on this stage you can manipulate also the enemies to gain the potions, but looks like the game said nope. So we have entered into a new game mode called Snail Run. Thanks to this bad luck and slow speed. And stage 39, I'm gonna keep here for a bit because I need to see where those enemies are going. Again, to do another manipulation, but okay, there we go. This was a good pace. Because again, on this spot, it's a bit hard to put the enemies over here in order to get out of this part, because again, you need to turn them into snowballs in order to defeat them. For the boss, again, this is not gonna be a big deal if the game allows me. Again, you just need to hit this guy 6 times. He's gonna throw some fireballs. And something I need to say is that this boss is a bit different on the arcade version, definitely. Because on the arcade version we have some falling enemies. So instead of these fireballs, well, the fireballs appear, but you cannot freeze them. You just destroy them or you shoot to them. Okay, 4th boss defeated, and now it's time to go to the last part of the game. Well, Leonard, this is good. Regularly, this is the mostly common pattern you can get, and well, these cannot be manipulated so easily. The reason of this is because the speed of the gambling machine changes every time, so you cannot guess in which phase you are or in which later life or well, what's gonna appear. Definitely on the gambling machine, so that's one of the most hardest points to deal in the game. And again, I have died. Okay. This was my fault, I haven't counted correctly my invincibility time. I'm gonna put over here, and this should be fine, okay. Sometimes that bats are a bit complicated to defeat. But sometimes you could get them on a very good position, so it's not gonna be something difficult to feed all these bats. Something also curious that I need to say is that usually I don't use to say kill or save animals on Super Metroid runs, but definitely in this game kill all these bats. Bats are not good. Sorry, Batman. But that's the truth. Fall down. Okay. And if I fall in that hole, I'm gonna appear on the top of the street, so that's good. Come here. Floor 47. And I got the face item! And I got it. unfortunately. I was trying to skip it just to defeat that enemy. Didn't that tell me that that was a W? Okay, it was not a W, but I haven't defeated this guy, so it's gonna appear again. Oh, well, up to this point, that hasn't mattered, and yikes, I'm not gonna finish under my estimate, unfortunately. Jeez. Even if you think this is bad, you would like to see the boss battle, I'm gonna explain that once I reach that stage. Over here. No, I haven't got it. I was trying to use that snowball in order to push me to the right of the screen and get that enemy. And now this is the last stage, the last boss battle, so be ready for the time. The time's gonna finish once I defeat these two guys. So this is more easiest on the NES version instead of arcade, because on the arcade version the roof starts to fall down. Something that doesn't happen on the NES version. So also I will keep shooting to these guys, because also that makes some damage. Little damage, but it's damage at the end, and can make it you can finish this boss fight so faster. And okay, that was bad. And also this is fully RNG based, because you don't know which moment does the enemies are gonna throw are gonna throw enemies principally. Because I need to be so aware and keep as far as I can of that fireballs. I have the speed item, but the speed boosting potion that I need, the blue potion also. So if you get trapped on one of that bubbles, you need to mash the buttons as fast as you can in order to get free. Okay, sometimes I will wait until I reach some higher part of the stage to get free from that one bubble, but because I can receive some damage from the fireballs, whatever you want to call it, depending on where they are. So yeah, this is the most interesting part of the run. Definitely. Okay, 2 enemies, this can be good, this can be good. So okay, who's the first guy I'm gonna defeat? The left one or the right one? Time to guess, chat. No, I have lost one enemy. Okay. First guy was defeated. Be ready, because maybe time's gonna reach. I'm gonna come soon. And okay, one more. 10 minutes. This is the last one. And nope, this wasn't the last one. Time. Okay, at the end this was a nightmare. Thanks to all this bad luck I got in the game, and also with my internet connection, which is not in a good condition, definitely. Thanks to all of this, I ran out of my estimate, which I feel so bad. But I still haven't lost so much time comparing this with my estimated, but at the same time, it's still been good. So now we have defeated the game without dying, and if I haven't died, well, obviously with that. But if I haven't died, I have got an alternative ending screen, which tells us a different story, because since we have just one of the continues, the game tells to us that we have saved the twin princesses, but at the end they just say thank you and everything has finished. But if we finish the game without using the continue, we see an alternative ending when Nick and Tom defeat the evil guy of the game and then get free of the curse, and the twin princesses marry to Nick and Tom, making this ending a little bit longer, but it's not a big deal, you don't lose so much. So well, this was Snow Brothers, also just one player. Now up to this point I finished with all my scheduled runs for this marathon. I just need to say thank you to everyone, thank you for the people who is donating, who has donated or is planning to donate to the marathon. Thanks to the staff for taking the time to check my submissions and also allow me to be part of this marathon, mostly with this game, with Snow Brothers, because I feel so bad that in many marathons this game is starting to be rejected. Because, well, as you can see, it's a cool game. It's an art-rated game, so if you have the opportunity to play it, even if it's the NES version, the arcade version, or even the Second Genesis version, which has 20 extra stages, you need to play them. You need to play any of them, or if you can play all of this version, because this game is so amazing. It's so short as all the games of the era, but it's a good challenge to finish it. So well, thanks for the GGs, and Ghost, it's out. Thank you for having me here, and keep watching because there keeps some amazing runs during this marathon. So see you, peace.